What's up, y'all? Welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 franchise not rebuild. It's the Tampa Bay series with Tom Brady on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as we do now on this channel. Before we start our highlights of the New Orleans Saints, we're going to jump right into SportsCenter to see how things went around the league in week number 4. So we're going to throw it straight to Chris Berman in the studio, and we'll see you afterwards.
I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Bills edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Joe Little Bighorn stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Ray Lewis will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. Knee tendonitis is the report. He'll be out for 7 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Julius Jones might be the biggest loss on this list. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now the big story of the day. Deuce McAllister is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Mark Brunell threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Redskins beat the Browns. In San Diego, right by Coronado Bay, we had the Chargers get beaten by 24. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Jets pick up win number 2. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Sam Madison will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $11.9 million, plus a $1.1 million signing bonus. Marvin Jones is on the move as well, as he signs a 3-year contract with the Bills. Jason Gilden will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 6 years, $22.7 million. On top of that, a $2.2 million signing bonus. Jeremiah Trotter will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the 49ers.
Eagles, Bears. Donovan McNabb calls signals at the 12-yard line. He's so dangerous, buying time, moves out of the pocket, fires, touchdown. The Eagles win this one by the final score of 17-14. Over at 3Com Park, we had the 49ers edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Buccaneers defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at Tampa. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Brad Johnson leaves the Buccaneers and is on his way to the Patriots. He'll take with him a couple of draft picks as well, a first-round pick and a future first-round pick. And it's clear this was an area of their football team that needed somebody. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Tom Brady is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
The Raiders won on the road and will have to travel again next week when they meet the Colts. Antoine Randall L. had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Colts, Jaguars. Edgerrin James is backed up in his own territory, tries to bounce outside. He'll have the first down, shakes another tackle, goes down the sidelines. Wait a minute. Yes, the ref said his feet were in. He could go all the way, 73 yards. The Colts go on to win this by the final score of 27-24. Michael Vick threw for over 200 yards and helped his Falcons beat the Panthers. In the land of the crab cakes, Baltimore, we had the Ravens squeak to a 1-point victory. And last but not least, we had the Packers come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right, so we've got Aaron Brooks as the leading quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. In his 6th year out of Virginia, he's got 987 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, so he's having a good season so far, 4 games in, although they are 1-3. The big news here is Lamar Smith is the starting running back. He's got 212 yards in 4 games played. We'll talk about why he's the starting running back in just a moment. Joe Horn is the starting wide receiver. He's got 387 yards and 4 touchdowns to his name, added 92 overall. They've also got Dante Stallworth on the other side. Now, the defense is not as strong, but they have a couple of key players. The first one being Darren Howard in his 5th year out of Kansas State. 15 tackles, 2 sacks, 84 overall. And in the backfield, Jay Bellamy, that strong safety, the veteran out of Rutgers, the Scarlet Knight, 82 overall, 22 sacks so far in this season. And the news really is that Deuce McAllister has a torn hamstring and he's going to be out for another 2 months. So the Saints are without the services of Deuce McAllister. You can see that really takes a hit on their overall rating. They're a strong team offensively otherwise, but there's not a bad team and they can always sneak up on us. So we'll see how the Saints do, and we'll throw it to Chris one more time to get this game started.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN, they're still looking for a little voodoo charm down in the Crescent City of New Orleans. Do the Saints have what it takes to finally break through? Buccaneers, Saints. Straight ahead.
All right, y'all, welcome to the Louisiana Superdome here in New Orleans, Louisiana. The best thing about playing in the Superdome is that there's going to be no inclement weather. Aaron Brooks has had varying success so far this year, 246 yards per game, throwing just over 50%. But on the other side of the ball, we've got Tom Brady, who so far through his career has thrown 76 touchdowns and just 43 interceptions. So you can see Tom is poised for a breakout game. We'll see if today is that game. The Buccaneers will kick off first to the New Orleans Saints, so Grammatica is going to kick this one deep. It looks like it is returnable. Pathan is going to take it. Yeah, it is Pathan. Excuse me, I said Pathan. Maybe it is Pathan. The announcers love to announce their names incorrectly. But regardless, the New Orleans Saints take over from their own 25-yard line. Brooks hits Horn right away. He finally gets over the 1,000-yard mark here in the 4th game of the season, the 5th game of the season. I think we're 3-1, so it's the 5th game of the season. Lamar Smith breaks out to the right, gets met by one of our defenders. I believe that was the other Smith getting the tackle here. 2nd down, getting the counter to the left side. Brooks is there to get him to lose a yard. And then on 3rd down, we break through with Simeon Rice, and that's going to bring up a 3-and-out. 4th down, punting it away to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jones is going to field the point. He's going to roll over to the left side, not getting much by the way of blocking. It's going to give Tampa Bay their first play on their own 33. Tom rolling back, almost getting sacked, almost throwing an interception. Not a great throw from Tom Brady. Definitely felt the pressure a little bit there. Thomas rolling out, throwing it to Gardner, and again, getting his pass deflected away. An errant pass and a dangerous pass yet again from Tom Brady. And on 3rd down, he throws it. I totally forgot that this happened. He throws it. It's deflected by the big defensive line, who is getting a push the entire way. And Warren, who we highlighted before the episode, snags the ball out of midair, and he uses that big momentum to take himself all the way into the end zone. You can see right here, our pass protection has been awful. All 3 of those plays, Tom tried to get a pass off. It's deflected straight into the arms of Darren Howard, and all he had to do was outrun a couple of offensive linemen. So that's an easy 7 points for the New Orleans Saints. We were not expecting their defense to be the first thing that put points on the board, but here we are. If you have that prop bet, congratulations, you've made some money. Mario Edwards is going to field this kickoff, rolling over to his right, trying to turn back to his left, changing his mind, barely gets it back to the 20-yard line as the Buccaneers take over again. Tom. didn't even get a chance to throw the ball as Warren comes through for the sack after the pick six. I can't believe Warren had a pick six. So Brady finally completes a pass, but the nightmare day continues as Keenan McCardell goes down with an apparent knee injury. He has to hop over to the cart. He gets taken off by the medical staff. We'll have to keep you updated on what that injury turns out to be. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. We give it to Mike Allstott, and the big man runs to the right side and gets the 2 yards needed for the first down. We go back to the run on 2nd down. Charlie Gardner kind of picking up where he left off. Jukes past 1, but gets tackled for a gain of 3. Peanut time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tom Brady dropping back this time on, I believe this is 3rd down, finding Charlie Gardner, who spins around a defender. That was 2nd down, gives us a short 3rd and inches situation. And when you have Mike Allstott on a 3rd and short, usually, most of the time, you're going to get it. Tom dropping back on 1st down to pass, slings it over to the right side. That's Michael Clayton who makes the catch, stretches out for an 8-yard gain. Tom dropping back on 2nd down as well, even though it's a short yardage situation, finds Joey Galloway on the hook route to the left side. And you can see here now Tom Brady has thrown for over 1,000 yards this season. I do not love that touchdown to interception ratio. We have had a hard time throwing the ball if you've been watching either of our series, and that's about all the story I have here. Charlie Gardner breaks out of 2 tackles, breaks out of a 3rd tackle, has the speed to get into the end zone, and oh my goodness, what a run from Charlie Gardner, but do not think so quickly. The New Orleans team is contending that he stepped out of bounds during one of those many spin moves, and we're going to have to go back to the replay right here. I think you see on that 2nd spin move off of that tackle, you can see that left foot stepping out of bounds. So unfortunately, we're thinking this one is going to be coming back in the other direction, and unfortunately, sometimes I love it when I'm right, but this time, unfortunately, I do not love it that I am right. The ruling on the field is overturned. New Orleans is not charged a timeout, and we get the ball back at I believe the 33-yard line. So the game likes to glitch sometimes as Joey Galloway catches a huge pass pretty much right at the 2-yard line. So Tom Brady erasing that backwards momentum that we had. But if you were wondering, as we sling it over to the right side to Michael, I almost said Charlie Clayton, to Michael Clayton, who on the quick hitch gets the catch and gets tackled into the end zone. Luckily there, we just did not have blocking from our guards there. So luckily we didn't get sacked, but regardless, we get the 7 points. So anyway, I was trying to explain why we were at 1st and 15. The game during challenges loves to keep the play clock running. So sometimes the challenge will get decided and then you'll hit a delay of game. So that's why we were at 1st and 15. Anyway, we get a return from the New Orleans Saints. They're starting on their own 25. Lamar Smith gets the ball up the middle. Ian Gold forces him down, only a 3-yard gain. Still in the first quarter here. I feel like a lot has happened in the first quarter. Lamar Smith goes to the left, gets 2 yards on the combined tackle from Quarles and Brooks. 3rd down, Brooks just kind of thrown to no man's land, and we're going to go ahead and get that ball right back almost as quickly as we gave it up. The Saints have to punt this one back away to the Buccaneers. Now Jones take this one nice and deep. He gets a couple of blocks this time, brings it back into the center, gets hit by a guy, and gets it all the way up to the 35. So good return from Jones on that one. Brady rolling out, not rolling out, dropping back and throwing it to his right. Just underthrows Michael Clayton there. It's deflected and brought away for a 2nd down. Now Charlie Gardner getting a little lucky there, getting behind his blockers and not getting too held up. That's going to be a 4-yard gain and a 3rd down. Brady dropping back, looking around, throwing it to the left side, has Clayton with a step, and he catches it for the 1st down, and then some super athletic catch by Michael Clayton right there. And that's going to take us into the first quarter. We're tied 7-7 as the first quarter winds down, I should say, and we're going to go into the 2nd stanza of this one. Picking right back where we left off, we're at about the 30-yard line. Tom dropping back to pass, looking over to his left, throwing it over the top for Dan Moore, who's going to reach back and make an incredibly athletic catch for the 1st down and a whole lot more. So 2 long passes, 2 receptions, and all of a sudden the Buccaneers are clicking at the red zone. And that's just a little pitch and catch, baby. Tom Brady looking to his left side to Michael Clayton on the slant. And just like that, in the snap of a finger, just barely into the 2nd quarter, and Michael Clayton has a touchdown per quarter. So just like that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go up by a score of 14-7, smacking the extra point through. And we go into the 2nd quarter. It's barely been 30 seconds, and we've already gone up a touchdown. Grammatica's going to kick this one off deep. We're going to have a return. Let's see how it goes. I get to actually take a sip of coffee while we see this return.
Decides to take it out of the end zone.
Henderson doesn't get very far. He only gets to about the 18-yard line, so the Saints have some work to do as they take over. Throwing over the middle is Aaron Brooks. Boo? No, that's Smith. Okay, I thought that was Boo Williams for a second. He could have made the reception, especially after the deflection, but he wasn't able to get that one down. Okay, Lamar Smith getting a little loose, running it over to the right side. Ian Gold learned his lesson from not pushing somebody out of bounds fully last time and makes a big tackle out of bounds. That one is almost intercepted by Smith. Actually, that was Crocker back there as the sub. I guess he was in for a tired Smith. And once again, deflected up, and this time Smith plays hot potato with this one. He was the original one to bat the ball up in the air, and he stays with the play in order to make the interception. This one, I think, touched no less than 3 or 4 Buccaneers before it landed in the hands of Smith, but you see here, he made the first deflection. It's knocked up by a couple of different defenders, and eventually Smith is the one who comes down with it. So an incredible play by Smith gives really good field position to the Buccaneers, and Charlie Gardner immediately takes advantage of some good blocking, making a 6-yard gain on the run. Mike Allstott bumbling up the middle, makes a guy pay with his shoulder, only gets 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. We're going to fake it to Allstott. We're going to pitch it to Charlie Gardner, who uses his shoulder on nobody, but gets plenty of room for the first down. Fresh set of downs, just about 5.5 minutes left. We throw the screen to Allstott on the left side. He makes the reception, gets a couple of blocks, but can't get more than 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Tom also looking to pass again, slinging it to his right side. Not exactly the most intelligent pass to Joey Galloway. Luckily, that was not taken away by the New Orleans defense. Tom rolling left again. It was almost deja vu. This time, the pass is deflected and not intercepted, and that gives Gramatica the opportunity to boot in the 36-yard field goal. So that's going to be a short drive, but the short drive off of the interception equals points for us. So as we just get into under 5 minutes left in the second quarter, we have extended our lead. We are now up by a score of 17-7. Henderson gets a decent return on that one that time. They're going to go ahead and start at their own 27-yard line. Brooks looked like he was going to pass, but ends up scrambling through. I think that was McFarland that made the tackle. I'm not entirely sure. Brooks is able to make a good tackle on Lamar Smith, and all of a sudden it's a 3rd down once again. The Saints have had trouble converting on 3rd down, but this time they are able to make it. Lamar Smith running out of bounds after moving the chains. Brooks rolling out to his right side, and he's going to get sacked by White. I believe that's our backup defensive end. White coming around and making the opportunity count when he gets it. That throw to the left side is deflected, maybe even potentially dropped by Pathan, and that's going to bring up another 3rd down. Men in Pursuit. That's actually kind of a good band name, and that one's going to be tipped up by somebody. It looks like maybe Mario Edwards got that deflection based on the highlight of the after play, and that's going to be yet another punt for the New Orleans Saints. Now, if you recall correctly, the only thing that the Saints have really been able to do is get lucky with a deflection and a pick six. So the Saints have not been able to do a dang thing so far in this game, as Brady slings one over to Dan Moore, who does not make the most of that opportunity, cannot catch the ball, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Garner shaking and baking over to the left side. There is a flag down on the play, however, and it is the dreaded clipping call. So this is going to erase the good day that Charlie Gardner has been having so far. It is on Joey Galloway. I think we saw him do it. He pushed a defender in his back, and he just can't do that. So we're trying to get some of those yards back for Charlie Gardner. We immediately get a few. It's now 3rd and 19. This pretty much almost puts the drive in a wash, but of course when you have Tom Brady, anything is possible, and Charles Lee doesn't make the catch. He hauls it in, but he runs out of bounds as he makes the catch, and because it was inside of the 2-minute warning, we're not able to challenge, even though I don't think we would have won that challenge anyway, and we go ahead and make a good play on the ball, at least, as the New Orleans Saints take over with their best field position yet at their own 45-yard line. That first pass is complete to Dante Stallworth, his first play of the game. It would be surprised if he didn't do anything else for the rest of the game. That's a good play to Boo Williams, who makes the reception and then some, rumbling out of bounds. About 1:20 left in the half. Brooks rolling out to his right side, almost Smith, man. Smith, that looked like just a little pitch and catch for Smith right there as he makes the interception, his 2nd of the game, and he gets yanked by the face mask down to the ground. So a fantastic play by our free safety. Free safety? Yeah, that's our strong safety. I always mix this up. No, that's our free safety, Smith. So free safety Smith doing a great job. The play action fake, fooling the pass rush, because they had us with a bullet right there, and we find Galloway on the post route. We call a timeout quickly. We do not have any time to think right there. And honestly, the second I didn't see anyone open right away, I probably should have just bailed out to the right, but that's a sack for the Saints, and we're going to be winding down inside of a minute. We decided to not take a timeout, see if we can get something going here. We do find Clayton, who's over the first down line, so heck of a catch by Clayton, heck of a first down by the Buccaneers, and Tom Brady actually got some good pass protection for once, and then we don't get good pass protection again. So we give up a sack, we make a good play, we give up a sack, we make a good play. We've only got 18 seconds left in the quarter. Honestly, I don't really know what I was thinking at this point, trying to go for something big, but we find Michael Clayton over the middle with 10 seconds to go. We call that final timeout, which means we get in range in order to kick a long field goal. Martin Gramatica steps up, he kicks it, and he doinks it up the upright. I think this is the second doink we've had with Gramatica. I could be conflating it to other series or other games that I've played because I feel like I've doinked some kicks lately. But we head into halftime with the lead 17-7. As you can see, we are generally dominating them, although for the second game in a row we are very slow for the pass yardage or for the rush yardage, but this is partially because of that clipping call that that Charlie Gardner got hit on him because of that glitch. But Michael Clayton easily far and away the player of the half so far. He's got 6 receptions, he's got 81 yards, he's got 2 touchdowns. He has easily been the best player on the field outside of Tom Brady. We get the ball back here in the second half, so that's exciting for us. Jones decides to let that one bounce out of the end zone rather than wasting the time kneeling it down. And, maybe we're going to learn our lesson and run the ball more. We immediately don't learn our lesson and don't run it, and Tom has to run for his life, gets 4 yards off of the shoestring tackle. Luckily, it was not a sack. This one we throw over the middle. Charles Lee does catch this one again. He's made both of his catches, but this one was actually inbounds. Being in the middle of the field definitely helps. We find Gardner over on the right side. He takes off for the sideline once again, makes a couple of guys miss, gets a couple of blocks, and that is a nice gain by Charlie Gardner. He is dangerous out there in the flat when he gets some space, or just dangerous when he gets some space in general. Allstott bounces off of one of his guards, but still manages 4 yards off of that, making something out of nothing for sure. Quick drop back from Tom. He doesn't make a decision fast enough, and the middle linebacker driving through on the blitz, I believe that's Rogers, makes the sack. Tom under pressure again, throwing to his right side. This one's Joey Galloway making the catch inbounds, and that's going to make a fresh set of change. What an incredible throwing catch by Tom Brady and Joey Galloway. Charlie Gardner making a guy miss, and that was kind of a cool animation. Don't see that one super often. Brady looking end zone, just out of the hands of Dilger. I believe they do credit him with a drop on that one. We sling left side. We find our guy Clayton, who makes yet another catch. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. We go play action. We lob it over the middle again, and Dilger once again drops it. My guy needs to stop dropping the football. We go draw with Charlie Gardner. This time he's only able to make a 2-yard gain, so this is a passing situation for us. Tom dropping back, slinging it middle. Dangerous pass. Stupid pass. We're going to force ourselves into another field goal. Luckily, this one is a chip shot and a half from Gramatica. It's going to be a 25-yarder. That is up and good. 13-play drive for 72 yards, taking 4.5 minutes off of the clock is, as they say in this game, nothing to sneeze at. The Saints take the kickoff here. Not the best kickoff, as Henderson has a little bit of room to work with. He's going to get himself pretty close to the 30-yard line. The New Orleans Saints take over at their own 28. Brooks rolling left this time, slinging it left, finds Joe Horn, but he has terrible momentum, and he's immediately met by Simeon Rice. That has got to hurt. This time it's Kenny Holmes. Kenny Holmes making the sack off of the rollout to the right side. If you do not have that animation right, it is dangerous for you. What's also dangerous is the fact that we almost intercepted that ball. It's tipped away by Victor Green, and another 3 and out. This New Orleans Saints offense truly just can't really do anything in this game. Jones takes it to the left side, gets a good gain. We take over at our own 40-yard line. We take a little chance, we sling it over to the left side, and Joey, he went for a one-handed catch for some awful reason, as Garner barely salvages 1 yard. He should have been a loss, and we're lucky we got 1 yard out of that one. The slants have been working for us, and the slants to the outside continue to be working for us. Joey Galloway makes that catch, and after going for that one-handed catch, he better make that catch. He's got 5 receptions for 101 yards, so this receiving core has stepped up in the injury and the absence of Keenan McCardell. Allstott misses the hole on the inside, gets caught behind his blockers on the outside. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ooh. Oh my goodness. We are so lucky that did not get intercepted. I did not like watching it in real time. We throw to no one, and then we get sacked due to a lack of blocking. So I will be honest, one of those second-round picks, very solid chance we're spending it on a guard or someone to help out our offensive line a little bit more than they're helping us out right now. We punt that one away. The Saints are going to take over with just about 30 seconds left in the quarter at about the 10-yard line. Boo Williams just drops an easy catch there. That should have been a catch and then some. That's going to be Stallworth making that catch, getting out of bounds with about 6 seconds to go on the clock. Lamar Smith gets the carry. Quarles can't make the tackle, but Brooks can easily clean that one up. And we're going to head into the fourth quarter here. We have this one well in control. We've had opportunities to score touchdowns. We've had to kick some field goals, but we're still up 20-7 as we head into the last quarter. Horn makes the catch on the quick slant route. Any kind of one-on-one coverage is going to just be burn city for Joe Horn. They take over a little bit closer to midfield. Brooks once again looking right for a crossing Joe Horn. This one is going to fall incomplete. A little bit better coverage from Kelly on that one. And that one could have been an easy interception from Kelly, but he decides to just knock that one away, instead bringing up a 3rd and 10 situation. The Saints really need this one. Looking over the middle, Dante Stallworth beating 2 guys that he had on his back. So that's great positioning by Dante Stallworth and a first down going in to our territory. He's going to find Pathan on that one, who's going to get 8 yards on the hook route. Good tackle by Barber on that one. And then Lamar Smith is going to get a little loose, makes 2 guys miss. I believe that was Victor Green, or maybe it was Smith who cleaned that one up, and Lamar Smith is going to get another run on the drop play, makes somebody miss. I believe that was Simeon Rice, maybe tried to tackle a little bit too early. Victor Green cleans it up. So Lamar Smith kind of low-key having a good day as he gets stopped at the line by Quarles there. He's been averaging 5 or 6 yards per carry. That truly is not bad. Brooks just threads a needle there to bring up a 1st and goal, and it finally looks like the Saints are knocking on the door in some capacity. 2nd and goal after the run from Smith. He's going to get a nice big hole. That's what she said, and Lamar Smith has made this a game. He definitely had some good runs on this drive. You can see that our line kind of overextended itself, and he was able to find that hole and get the touchdown. So the Saints are only down by 6 points. All they need as they go for 90. They went 90 yards on our defense, which is honestly really impressive considering that they hadn't done anything really all day. So there's still plenty of time left in this game. It's kind of on us to put it away. As Jones gets it up to the 23-yard line, Brady rolling back to pass, doesn't see anything he likes, and I believe Bellamy gets credited with a sack on that one. So good job by Bellamy recognizing the rollout and the scramble. Allstott is only able to get 1 yard here, so we're kind of in a rock and a hard place. We roll out, we throw left, and we just barely miss Michael Clayton. So we go 3 and out, and even worse, we stop the clock after that 3rd down pass, which maybe wasn't a good decision in retrospect. And the Saints are going to have a good amount of time to drive and pretty decent field position as they take over with 3 minutes to go at their own 36-yard line, and they immediately find Boo Williams for a huge gain. He dropped easier catches, but is able to make that super difficult catch as Gash takes this one up the middle. The fullback making a 7-yard gain. I was not expecting the fullback run. Lamar Smith this time getting to the outside, getting loose again. That's going to be someone missing. I believe that was Victor Green missing, and Brooks saves the touchdown to have them go ahead. Lamar Smith is now really waking up. He's got 15 attempts for 88 yards, and he's been making this run defense look a little silly considering that he's the backup running back at a 77 overall. Brooks throwing to the right side. He's going to find Joe Horn, and I mean, we had one job to keep them out of the end zone, and it doesn't really seem like we're doing a good job keeping them out of the end zone. Victor Green makes them loose too, so now it's 3rd and 6. Big play for us here. Brooks dropping back, throwing over the middle. Mario Edwards tips that one away. It's now 4th and 6, so this is the game right here. They are going to go for it. Aaron Brooks is tossing to the left side, and Ian Gold saves the game. It was a one-on-one play, Ian Gold versus Lamar Smith, and Ian Gold wins this one with a bullet. The blocking was good. It was just him and the backup running back, and we are able to make the play and save ourselves from having to play from behind. Allstott makes a carry. Second down coming up, 8 yards to go. Charlie Gardner can't break the tackle, but he gets a 5-yard gain. That's going to bring it up to a 3rd and 3. We move the chains, we win the game. We move the chains, we win the game. That's going to be the final timeout from the New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers survive a late run by the New Orleans Saints here in the Louisiana Super Bowl, and we win by a score of 20-14 in order to go 4-1. Big division win. They gave us all we could handle, especially there on defense towards the very end, but with our backs against the goal line, we stand up and we take home the victory. Now, again, I want to remind you that our rushing numbers are not accurate because we lost about 25-30 on that clipping glitch, so we definitely had more yards than what is shown up there, but a good all-around game regardless. Shout out to Michael Clayton. He only had 1 catch in the second half, but he still had 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was absolutely huge for us, and he caught both of Tom Brady's touchdown passes, so it only makes sense that he takes home the player of the game. Quick overview of our stats for today. We went for a 91.1 passer rating, 264 total yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Really got to stop throwing interceptions, but we'll see if that day comes soon. Lamar Smith ran for 88 yards. Don't worry about Charlie Gardner's numbers. He also had the 1 touchdown on the day. Joey Galloway had 101. Michael Clayton had 90. Boo Williams, Dante Stallworth, Joe Horn all after that, but it was Michael Clayton's day, managing to go for those 2 touchdowns on the day. Derek Brooks leading the way with tackles with 8 in total. If we move to assists, it looks like Brooks was really the only guy getting a lot of solo tackles today, I suppose. Grant, Sullivan, Bellamy, Rogers, and we're just making our lives absolutely miserable. Shout out to White and Rice for getting a couple of sacks as well. And then the 2 interceptions by Smith, really, really big day for him. We'll see if he gets any kind of nods from SportsCenter. So we have a big test coming up against the St. Louis Rams. We're definitely excited for that one. Always good to play some good teams, see where we're at in the scheme of the league. We're currently 7th in the power ratings. Looking forward to taking on St. Louis. And if you're still here, especially, smash up on that subscription button, like the video. That really helps me and helps other people find the video, and leave a comment about how you feel like Tampa Bay is going so far. Thanks as always for being here. Peanuts 24/7, signing out.